Hey guys, Amp here, bringing you another episode of Affinity4Tech. And if you didn't know, today was the first day of Apple's WWDC event. So I thought I'd go and list some new things that Apple revealed and just see what you guys think about it. So let's get into the video. One of the first major updates is Mac OS. So before Mac OS was Mac OS, it was OS X, and so now they have dropped the X, and now it fits more in line with tvOS, watchOS, and iOS. And the newest version of Mac OS will be Mac OS Sierra, and here's some features. So there's updated Siri. So Siri will now be on the Mac. You can ask Siri to do things like locate files for you. You could have Siri keep results when you find them. And it's really going to be helpful for searching really in-depth things. For instance, how do you spell broccoli, or what time is it in Mexico? And you can have it show your photos. There's a lot of new features here. And I think it will add a really big piece to the Mac OS system. You can now have memories where photos will organize things into different events like Tahoe City and different events that you've gone through. Apple Pay will be able to pay with your iPhone through handoff, and you can now log in before you even sit down. Now, this is very, very cool to me because I have an Apple Watch, and I think it's gonna be really cool just to sit down at the Mac and have it unlock itself for you, knowing it's me. You can copy and paste with in your iPhone and to your Mac. You can now access your desktop documents folders all on your devices. I think that's going to be really helpful if you travel a lot. Maybe you don't want to take a laptop, maybe you just have space for maybe an iPad or your phone, and it now optimizes space. And I think this is going to be a really useful thing. You can liven up your messages now, and you have all new Apple Music experience. There's just a lot of stuff added with Mac OS Sierra, and I'm really excited for this. The beta will start very soon. I believe the beta starts in July, and we will get Mac OS Sierra coming in the fall. And that is what the Mac has. One of the biggest new things is iOS 10, and iOS 10 will be coming this fall. Their tagline for it is big, bold, beautiful. Um, you have new things like handwriting. You can write your own text and it will send your handwriting. You can now say things like you can change the way bubbles will look when you send them, such as a larger bubble for something you're shouting, or a smaller something, say you're saying I'm sorry or something. Uh, the newest feature that intrigues me the most is invisible ink. I think this is going to be really helpful if someone's, say, looking over your shoulder while you're texting, and you can just swipe and see, and then it will go back. New things like happy birthday or congratulations will send animations through the entire screen. There's now a tap back feature, which will send small emojis and what you think of what they had to say. There's adding personal touches to videos that you can send. You can now send emojis that are bigger. You can send stickers. You can replace words with emoji, and it will highlight certain things on your emoji. You have iMessage apps that will be able to send certain things back and forth. Siri is now open to your apps. Maps can now look up reservations. Makes maps so much smarter. You can have things along your route, and it really adds to things. You can ask Siri to like bring me an Uber. Music will be redesigned, and my new favorite feature, or I think it will be my favorite feature, is the raise to wake. Now, before I had an iPhone, I had an Android and had the Moto X, and it had this feature where you would just open or take it out of your pocket and lift it up to your face, and it would already have notifications ready for you, and you wouldn't have to unlock or anything. I loved that feature, and it's one of the things I actually miss about Android most. And I really think Raise to Wake will bring a really new element to iOS, and I love the new banner for everything. Touch and go, there's new widgets. The notification looks great. There's contextual prediction, and it really just adds to the way iOS is. And I feel like iOS 10 will be much bigger update than iOS 9 was, and you can get the beta right now. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube on how you can download the developer preview. The beta will be released in July, and the actual update will be in the fall, most likely with the iOS. Will come the iPhone 7. So that is what has uh, Apple has in store for us for iOS 10. Inside the world of the Apple Watch, there was also big news today, and it is Watch OS 3. And I am extremely excited for this. The Apple Watch is an integral part of my day, and I feel like this update really is gonna be the big one. And so now there's a new thing that is like an app drawer, which will allow you, they call it the dock, and now pressing the button underneath the crown will not take you to your friends, but will take you to your dock, and you can swipe through what was before your glances. And there's a bunch of new faces. I really enjoy this face right here. It's the activity one. I believe I will switch to that. There's new ways to compare your activity to other people who have Apple Watches. There's fitness for everyone. It gives you even more details now. There's new watch faces. There's new ways to reply. You can now text, which was a big thing before. I remember I use this to get notifications in class while I don't have to disturb everyone else learning, but I could not text someone back something in depth because I'm not gonna say, hey, blah, 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 or text back with voice, or I'll obviously get caught or something. So now that I have something I can just quickly text back and type really fast, I find this really, really helpful. Uh, you can now do more from your wrist. I really like this automatic SOS feature, and you can control your home, which I think is awesome. You can do pay, and now the big thing, unlocking your Mac, will be awesome. And I really am looking forward to ways developers will take advantage of the new watchOS 3. I really think it's going to make everything faster and more streamlined. It's going to be something really easy and intuitive, and I think it's going to bring a lot more customers to the watch. And finally, the last bit of big news from WWDC the first day is an update on tvOS. Now, Siri is going to be a lot faster and a lot smarter. It's going to be able to search for things like they used an example for show me spy movies from the 60s, or the one they used in the keynote was show me high school movies from the 80s. And I think one of the biggest things is now searching on YouTube. Now, what I had to do before, we had to go in and you have to do YouTube and you have to type in with the swiping key, and it was took forever. So I would just bring up an iPad or bring my phone. It's a lot easier. And now I think that I will be using YouTube a lot more on my Apple TV, and I think it will be making my Apple TV more integrated in my life. Before it was kind of just a side thing if I wanted to watch something with friends, but if I was like alone, I'd probably grab the iPad or grab my phone. It was a lot easier, but I think now that the Apple TV has been updated, it will be a lot better. There's new live TV features, and there's dark or light. I really like this dark look. It looks really cool with the gray. I'm a big fan of gray, so um, all these photos and sharing will be great for that, great for sharing with things like the Mac and my phone and iPad. So I really like the update. I feel like it will make my Apple TV a lot more used than it is now, and I think that it will add to my Apple ecosystem, and I really like the tvOS. It wasn't the biggest update, but I'm really happy with the things they added, and looking forward to stuff that they will add in the future.